Hello my darlings, hello my sweethearts, hello my beautiful people. I'm back again with another video where I'm going to be showing you how I use the makeup brushes in my last video to apply my makeup. To prepare for this video, I went ahead and did my eyebrows. I primed my face. Well, I moisturized, SPF'd, and primed my face so that we can get right into the tools, into how I use my makeup brushes. So because I already have an eyebrow tutorial or how I do my eyebrows video, which I will also link in this video, I have just gone and done my eyebrows off camera, and so let's get started, my darlings. The first step that I do when applying my makeup is to put some setting powder on so that my makeup lasts throughout the day. So to do that, you can either use a powder brush or a beauty blender. I like using my beauty blender. I just go into my powder with my beauty blender. I just go into my powder with my beauty blender, dab that a little bit for the excess onto my hand, and then these are like some of the areas that like really get oily on my face: my nose, my T-zone, my forehead is a problematic area. Use your brush to do that, to set your face when doing that. Okay, and then the next step is to do your foundation. So I use a brush. I have no idea what happened to my camera, but I was showing you guys how to put on my foundation with my brush, so I guess I have to do that again. I'm going to put on my foundation. I just take the foundation and use my finger to put it on my face. Oops. I have no idea what happened to that footage, but I'll do it again because, lucky enough, I am using a buildable foundation. So I am going to use my brush, the one I showed you in the previous video. It's just a buffing brush, so I prefer to use this to put on my makeup, well, my foundation. So you can use either the beauty blender or a brush to apply your foundation. So I prefer to use a brush to do my foundation. The difference between these two is that this one gives you like a fuller coverage kind of look, but some brushes do give you streaks on your foundation. I found that when I use this brush, I don't get those streaks. And then you can also use a beauty blender. Because the beauty blender is able to soak up some of the excess product, it gives you more of a no makeup look kind of look. So but what I do sometimes when I'm using like a fuller coverage, more glowy foundation, I go in with my brush and then I go in with the beauty blender just to soak up the excess product and just to reduce the shine. So when I use this brush to put on my foundation, I just go in and dab. I dab on my foundation with this brush. So yeah, guys, that's how I use this buffing brush. I really like this brush. That's how I use this buffing brush to apply my foundation, and it gives me a flawless, beautiful finish. The next step after doing your foundation would be I go on and put on my concealer. I use the LA Girl Pro Concealer to conceal or highlight the places I want to pop on my face. Lucky enough for me, the LA Girl Pro Concealer comes with its own applicator like that, so it is very easy for you to apply the concealer directly to your face with this applicator. And just go into it there. But if you are maybe a kind of person who prefers to use brush, you can just put maybe the concealer onto the back of your hand, and then you can use this concealer brush to put on the concealer. Yeah. This is the same brush that you can use with the concealer to just clean your eyebrows. I show how I do that in my how I do my eyebrows, detailed eyebrows, quick and easy. So yeah, you can use a concealer brush. So then I go in with my beauty blender after a few minutes and then just blend out my concealer. Use your beauty blender, look up, and just blend in my highlight. I use my beauty blender to just blend, and then I take it up there, I blend here so that the concealer can sort of go into these smile line areas. I just squeeze it a bit and then go in. Yeah, so yes guys, so that's how I use. Another use for my beauty blender, I use it to apply, to like blend out my concealer. So the next step that I do is contouring. You can use a concealer brush again to apply your contour, or you can use, depending on the kind of contour that you're using, or you can use the contour itself for cream contours. I like to do it like this. Take my contour product of choice, which is a foundation stick in this case today, and then just apply my contour all over my face. So I use this angled brush. It's another tool that can be used as a multitasking brush, but you'll see as I go ahead. I use this angled brush to just blend out my contour. Blend out my contour. I use this blending brush and that's how I put on my contour. And then I just take the same brush and just sort of contour my nose. I don't notice that I did not put on any extra products. I just go in on the side of my nose so that I get it contoured. Otherwise, yeah guys, so that's how I blend out my contour using this angle brush. I should have set my highlight as soon as I was done, and then I'm going to go in with my setting powder. Remember, put some setting powder, just dab off the excess onto a tissue paper or onto the back of your hand so that you can use it again. So I am going to set my under eye. I do not bake for some reason. Why, I might tell you one day once I found the reason. I just pick on product, pick on the product. Yep. So another thing to do with your beauty blender, another thing to do with your beauty blender, this is a really handy tool. So I use the same angled brush that I use to blend out my contour, to bronze or set. I think this one will be more on the bronze side. I use this as a bronzer. So this product as a bronzer. I use my powder brush just to, with some translucent powder or powder, my shade, just to blend out everything. So, and then after I do that, I go in with a blush brush. And this is an actual angled blush brush that you can use. You can use it to apply your blush. So it's similar to the one I've been using to blend out my contour. So that is what I mean by an angled brush is like a multi-tool, multitasking. So you can add, in fact, I'm going to use the same brush I've been using to set my contour. I don't know if it, but yeah, I'm going to use the same brush because to show you that you need some brushes, not like all brushes. I'll use the one I've been using on one side and the other one on the other side. So I just go into my blush and add color to my face. So blush, color onto my face. Before we go into the highlight, we are going to be doing the eyes, and these are some of the brushes that you need. There are a lot of eye brushes out there, but these ones are the ones that you can survive to pull off a decent eye look with. So I am going to go first in. What you need first is a sort of a blending brush, an eyeshadow blending brush, and I just use this to put in my transition shade, like the first shade that you put on your face. So I'm going to do that. I'm going for sort of a neutral, natural look for my eyes, so I'm just going to be using and then to detail the eyeshadow like into my crease, I am going to be using this. It's a little bit denser. It's a crease brush. It goes into the crease. It will place your product into the crease exactly where you want it. I don't really know the eye look I'm going for today, so I'm just going to go in with a darker. So for the crease, I'm going, so this brush will put the product where you want it, like in the crease. In the crease is this area inside. It will detail your product in your crease. So yeah, that's a detailed, it has a tapered shape. It becomes thin towards the tip, so that's what helps you to be precise and put product in your crease area. So for this look, I think I'm going to attempt to butcher the crease, so concealer to cut the crease. Concealer of choice, you can use its applicator to sort of cut the crease, cut my crease. Or what I find really helpful is to use a concealer brush. The concealer brush shows up again. You use it to clean your eyebrows. You can use it to apply concealer when you're highlighting the high points of your face, and you can use it to cut your crease. Guys, I find that it works best. Right, so I close my eyes. So I'm going to do sort of a half cut crease. I think that's what they call it. I'm not too sure. And then I am going to use, it looks like a concealer brush, but it's a little bit thicker. It's an eyeshadow brush. It's an eye shading brush. So you need something like this. This brush makes it easier for you to pack on the product, like how I need to pack on product onto my cut crease. So I'm going to go in. I hope you can. I'm going to go in with that eyeshadow shade and then just apply it. So this brush is helpful for packing on product. So yeah, guys, that's how you use this brush to just pack on product. Pack it on. I really, 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 really love how that eye is coming out. The next brush that you need is this taper dense brush that is, I don't know what it's called, but you need a brush like this. You can use it to pack on product on the corner of your eyelid if you want a concentration of product there. Of course, that's, and then you can also use it just to clean up. What I use this brush for, which is like really one of my favorite things to use the brush for, is to apply product onto your tear ducts. Because of its shape, it's so easy to do that. So I just look up and use it to apply product onto my bottom lash line. Going to go in with some more product. Yes, do that. So that's how this is what I really use this brush for. So I'm just going to go in again with this very same blending brush and just blend so that we don't get a harsh contact between the light and the dark color. So you go in with the same blend. It's the same brush I used earlier, the same blending brush, just to blend in the product. So now that we've done the eyes and we've tried to clean out the mess that I've made, we are going to go in with the highlighter. So for the highlighter, you can have a fan brush to put on your highlight, but I prefer to use a brush that is sort of like Zots. So I just go in and get the product, the highlight the tip of my nose, the bridge of my nose. So I think my highlight pops without doing like a full-on contour of my nose, and then I go in there, go in there with the highlighter, in there. Just mm. Okay guys, we are almost done with my face. I went on and put on some mascara to make my eyelashes pop, because we are not looking for a dramatic, we're looking for a semi-simple look. These are the necessities that you basically using some of the things you need for a full face that's not too out there. So I just went on and put mascara onto my face. So now I'm just going to go in and put highlighter on the inner corners of my eyes. So for that, I like using a brush like this brush, because it is it gives you control. You put the product where you want it. So I'm putting that highlighter right there in the corners of my eyes. One last brush that I'm going to talk about is a lip brush. It's sort of like that. Most lip brushes are like this. You get them in different sizes, but the shape is generally this way. So this brush, you use it it gives you more precision. Like when putting on your lipstick, you put the product where you want the product to be. You can just use this lip thingy to lip brush. Did I say thingy? You just put on your lipstick and apply your lipstick. Do you see what I mean? It gives you, it puts the product where you want it. A lip brush. Yeah. So yeah guys, this is the look using those basic makeup brushes that I showed you in my previous video that you need to on a day-to-day basis to apply your makeup. Remember, from what I've just shared with you guys, these are like your basic brushes that you need to get your full face done. Thank you guys so much for watching as I created this makeup look using these tools that I shared with you in the previous video. Please like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification so that every time I put out a new video, you are notified. See you in the next video, guys. Bye.